And here we go again. This is class 8 of o seu clique no inglês. And in this class, we're going to continue what we started in class 7, conditionals. We saw the first conditional and the second conditional in class 7. And in this class, we're going to see the third conditional, okay? And here it is. The third conditional is a sentence that is about an unreal situation, like the second conditional, but the second was in the present, right? The situation. It was unreal in the present. In the third conditional, the situation that is unreal is in the past. What is that, Tamer? Let's go. This is the condition. Remember that, okay? The if part of the sentence is the condition, not conditional, okay? Conditional is the complete sentence, yes? This part of the sentence, this clause is the condition, and this is the result, okay? So, if I had had the chance, I would have gone abroad last year. Jesus Christ. What is that again? If I had had a chance, had. So this is the past perfect. In the second conditional, in the if part of the conditional, you had the past, right? Now you have the past perfect. What is the past perfect? Just to refresh your minds, is the auxiliary had and the principal verb, the main verb, in the past participle. Here, it's the past participle of the verb had, part of the expression have a chance. Okay? So if I had had a chance, this is past perfect. The other part is the conditional perfect. What the hell is that? Would, have, and the PP, the past participle. I would have gone abroad last year. Jesus Christ, but it's very long. And okay, I have the formula here, but I think for this one, I'll need to check. Can I use Portuguese? Can I translate? Let's see. Se eu tivesse tido uma chance, eu teria ido para fora do Brasil, eu teria viajado para fora do Brasil, teria viajado para o exterior no ano passado. Aha! So, yes. For the third conditional, it's okay to use Portuguese. But remember the condition I told you last class. If your Portuguese is good. If you can conjugate verbs well in Portuguese, then chances are you're going to be able to check your verb conjugation in English in the third conditional, and things are going to work out fine. But what is my first recommendation? Most important recommendation. Again, use the formulas, right? The formulas are satisfaction guaranteed. The formulas are what saved me. Yes, I was having big problems, right, with this. Back in the early, back in 1982, I guess, right? 1982, yeah, probably 1982, right? I was having serious problems. And then formulas saved me. Okay, so let's have a look at some interesting aspects of the third conditional. In the third conditional, the use of contractions can cause confusion. Pay extra attention to them. Let's have a look at them. If I'd saved some money, I'd have traveled abroad last year. You know, speaking, right? Speaking, people are lazy, people want to, simplify everything. If I'd saved, if I had saved, if I'd saved. I would have traveled, I'd have traveled. But look, apostrophe D, it's the same thing. How do I know apostrophe D is had? How do I know the apostrophe D is would? They have the same contracted form, right? They have the same contraction. You're going to pay attention to what comes after the apostrophe D. If what comes after is, have, or any verb in the infinitive or the base form of the verb, have, had, had. Have is the base form. Have is the infinitive. Go, went, gone. Go is the infinitive. Go is the base form. If what you see after the apostrophe D is the base form, then this is would. If, on the other hand, what you see after the apostrophe D is the past participle, save, saved, saved, go, went, gone, play, played, played, then if it's the PP, what you have here is had. So apostrophe D plus PP, had. Apostrophe D plus infinitive, would. Clear? And here, the magic formula, right? If, past perfect, conditional perfect. Conditional perfect is would, have, and the PP, past participle of the verb. Okay? What do we need? We need practice. Yes? Both formulas are here. If, past conditional, second conditional. If, past perfect, conditional perfect, third conditional. Yes? Again, first thing you do, look for the if. The if is there, right? The if is here, and then after the if, you have the verb. What's the verb tense? Asked. Simple past, right? So if past conditional, you need to use would here. They would do everything they could if you asked them, right? If you asked them. Again, if here, yes? After if, verb in the past. If he had a headache, if past conditional, would. Tony would see a doctor if he had a headache. Again, the second conditional is an unreal situation in the present. So, to check, right? O Tony iria ao médico se ele tivesse dor de cabeça. Okay? Actually, in reality, he doesn't have a headache. Okay? But he would see a doctor if he had one. If, okay, not only in the middle, but also possible at the beginning. If Maya, she wouldn't have started. Okay, wouldn't have started is conditional perfect. So what I need in the if part is the past perfect. This past perfect is in the negative, right? So it's if Maya hadn't lived in Rio, she wouldn't have started surfing. Let's check in Portuguese. Se a Maya não tivesse morado no Rio, ela não teria começado a surfar. Correct. Okay? Last one. If, here, hadn't lived. Past perfect. You need conditional perfect now. Pedro and I, negative, wouldn't have become, became, right? Pedro and I wouldn't have become friends if we hadn't lived on this, if we hadn't lived on the same block. Ok. Pedro e eu não teríamos nos tornado amigos se não tivéssemos morado no mesmo quarteirão. That's right. We lived on the same block in Fortaleza, before we came to Brasilia. Yes? And since then, we have been friends. But we wouldn't have become friends if we hadn't lived on the same block. Okay? Final practice. A great idea for everything that you learn in English is to try to associate it to true experiences, examples that are part of your life, something that you can associate to. Right? Why is it that whenever you associate new stuff to old stuff that is already in your memory, the chances for this new stuff to be kept, to be retained by your brain are higher. And this is what the idea is behind these examples. I'm going to complete these sentences with examples that are true for me, Tamer. Yes? But you can use my examples and create your own examples for this. This way, you're going to make it easier for your brain to retain this information. Okay? So let's see what my examples are. If I had saved some money, so if I had saved, I need the conditional perfect. I would have traveled to the United States. I would have gone to Thailand, right? I would have spent my vacations in Fortaleza, right? If it hadn't rained this morning, again, if hadn't rained, conditional perfect. I would have worked in my backyard. I have a big backyard. There is a lot of grass in it, so I would have mowed the lawn, mowed the grass, right? I would have worked in my backyard. If I weren't so busy, so this is not, this is second conditional, right? If I weren't so busy, I would take my kids to the playground, right? In the condominium, there is a playground. If I weren't so busy, in reality, I am busy, right? It's present. If I weren't so busy, I would take my kids to the playground. I would watch Netflix TV series, right? I would watch Netflix series. I would watch movies, right? I would watch movies with my wife, eating popcorn, yes? But in reality, things are tough and I'm very busy. If I didn't live here, if I didn't live in Brasilia, I would live in the northeast of Brazil, some city on the coast. Yes, the water in the ocean in the northeast of Brazil, the water is warm or warmer than in the southeast or in the south. So I'd rather live in the northeast of Brazil, right? If I didn't live in Brasilia, I would live in the northeast. If I hadn't started working out, so this is again the past, right? Past perfect. If I hadn't started working out, who? My doctor would have reprimanded me. Okay, but I did. I started working out. I started. That's why the condition is if I hadn't started. In reality, I started. If I hadn't started working out, doing exercises, my doctor would have reprimanded me. He would have scolded me, right? He would have told me to start. But I did. Because I started, he didn't tell me to start. He didn't reprimand me. He didn't scold me. Okay? These are real, true examples from me, from Tamer. Yes, from my life. Now, come up with yours. Come up with your examples. How do you complete these sentences? Pause the video now and try to complete the sentences, making them true for you. If you want, take notes, right, on a separate piece of paper. Take notes. Go to the quiz. do the quiz, go to the book, do your exercises in the book, grammar exercises. Extremely important. Don't forget to use the formulas, right? Some books, like the one I like to use and the application that is from the same publisher, same author, they associate the third conditional with if clauses, right? If clauses is something we're going to learn in our next lessons, next classes. If you want, just skip the exercises that connect if third and second conditionals, right? Third and second conditionals with if clause, wish clauses, wish clauses. If you see exercises that mix them, because we haven't studied them here, I recommend that you wait. And then after we see wish clauses, when you hit the books to do exercises, then you'll be able to do these exercises mixing third conditional, second conditional, and wish clauses. Okay? Hit the books and practice, and don't forget to use the formulas. They're the best way and the fastest way to make it natural for you. See you in class 9. Okay? Your click is on its way. It's coming up.